Ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy and glad you're back tonight. I am too. I'm back here with Tuck. This is a structured based commentary show. Initially, I had put it together as like one little thing, and I was like thinking to myself, no, we'll burn through that really quick. And then I was like, well, there's some other stuff that's going on, but needs further dissection. And so, of course, we got our normal thing, but in some of the stuff we might actually talk about. But for the most part, the main stories tonight, the ones you saw in the title, is Fable 5. And we'll get to that. The government shut it down. The other thing is the NASA Mars orbiter. Thing went around to the dark side of Mars and started spinning 2 months after 3i Atlas went by. The other one is an interesting story that just fell on my desk, and it has to do with Gavin Newsom. If you didn't know, Gavin Newsom, of course, you know, what he's doing in California, whatever you can call him there, dictator. But communist. There's a whole lot of words that come to mind when I think of Gavin Newsom and the type of people that are around him. Now, I admit to you guys, and I have many times, I am not very fond of the Democratic mind. Because they lie. Now, Republicans, there's a different kind of dislike there. But when it comes to Democrats are evil. I've said it, and I'll say it again. I think Democrats are communist. My grandfather thought Democrats were communist. His grandfather thought Democrats were communist. People that fought for our country long time ago, that spilled blood for Americans, so we can do the things we do now, TikTok dances, gay prides, and things like that, thought Democrats were Nazis, were commies, all a special form of Nazi. That may not fly with a lot of people, but it is what it is. We talk about Republicans, we talk about a different kind of evil. But each party has their evils. Each party is bad. And the sooner or later you come to accept the fact that these people do not have the things in mind for you, they will steal from you. They will take from you. They will blame the other party for the crimes they commit and try to cover up. Oh, we hear static. What's going on? That's not me, is it?
What?
I heard static. I didn't know what was going on there for a second. But that is what it is. But pretty much right now, though, I'm expecting a delivery, and we're going to do what we normally do is run through general conversation about the shit that's going on and the shit that we've done. Thank you. For about an hour. So, like I was telling some people today, the actual show starts about an hour in. That's when I get in the mood to do it. I like having conversations with Tuck sometimes. So
yeah, we took deep ones.
Sometimes the best investigation is talking to other people and see what they encountered on day by day basis. That's how you learn. That's how you write. Anyway, so what do you do today, Tom?
I did something called busking.
Will you
It's a
please
technical term.
will you please explain what that word is to the rest of us retards and make sure that you're not involved in some kind of new kink?
Oh yeah. I'm doing the Polk Street Shuffle, man. Didn't you know?
No, well,
Um,
I mean, well, that sounds like you're when you say that word. I'm gonna be honest with you. When you say that word, it sounds like you're doing some kind of, you know, like something you request off a prostitute's menu. I
yeah,
don't.
you know that's on the high dollar menu. Um, so okay, so all right, so you have panhandling. The cops are going to come up to you. They're going to fuck with you because you're panhandling. What panhandling is begging for money and things like that. Now it's protected under freedom of speech, but cops, and all the
Wait a
bullshit
minute.
that
Wait
goes
a minute.
with
Wait a
it.
minute. You say panhandling is
Yes,
protected under freedoms. No, it ain't.
yes, it is.
No,
It,
it
it,
would violate the solicitation thing.
No, because panhandling is, anything helps, donations. You're not selling anything. That's why you even hear me say, yeah, donation, because the
But
donation is the
you're still
loophole.
in a spot soliciting.
Well, the
I mean, you
Supreme Court
are. I mean,
protects.
that's all right. Well, what is the definition of solicitation or soliciting?
Um,
I know. I got arrested on it.
Go ahead and give me the. Go ahead and give it to me.
Solicitation is being in an area or a place or a location, a street corner, outside an office, outside of a store, a restaurant, outside of fucking Walmart. There's a sign that says no solicitation. Now,
Okay, yeah,
and
that's like a no trespass sign,
well, no, there's no
but that's
soliciting.
not enforceable.
Yes, it is. They can arrest you on that. That is
Oh
state
yeah,
laws.
they can arrest you on it, but if you ever really challenge it and take it to an actual court, they'll fucking it won't stick.
Well,
They can't
I'm
get
gonna
you for
tell you,
solicitation for buying a
I'm gonna
sign.
tell you, don't do it in Virginia because I know multiple people that did try to challenge it and they are in jail.
Well, yeah, you got to go to jail to challenge it. You
But
can't. That's the whole thing. Like, if I want to challenge what Donald Trump is doing, I have to go to jail, because until the charge is set and the motion starts going, I can't do anything. So
I
I have
know,
to
but
get arrested
I don't
tonight.
want to sit in jail, man. I don't want to. I've been in jail. I don't want to sit in jail.
That's the deterrent, though.
Well,
That's why
yeah,
nobody wants to stand up.
I know.
It's because
That's your punishment. I don't want to sit in jail, man. I mean, that's the thing. I'm not gonna. That, if there is a specific law that says you're not supposed to be doing something at a certain location or place, and they're telling you it's the same as no trespassing or whatever, you're still on somebody's property. You're still on somebody's whatever. I mean,
well, yeah. If you're
and
doing
you're
it, you have to
soliciting.
be on. If you're doing it, you have to be on public property. That's why I know where you got to know where to stand. Like there might have they if you were on private property, they had no soliciting, and you were soliciting. Well, yeah,
Well, I mean
then that is a criminal
that's
offense.
the
But if you're
issues.
on a sidewalk holding a sign that
And
says
propped
"Too
up
ugly to
against the
prosecute,"
store, if you're propped up against that store, if you're propped up against the store under the awning of the store, you're trespassing on the property.
go look at my video and see where I sit.
I know.
I sit on the edge of the sidewalk.
I know, but I'm not necessarily talking about you. I'm talking about the overall
But you're
thing.
going into the finer details. I'm just talking about panhandling. Panhandling is when you're asking for
Whoa.
something, for a donation, for a handout. Where that's what panhandling is.
Okay,
Now
that is
busking,
that. Yeah.
okay, now busking is when you have like an artistic ability. So I painted some rocks today and I offered them. Now, again, getting around the
Do what
solicitation
now?
and getting around the
Do
laws.
you do what now? I mean,
So say what?
do what?
Busking is using something like your artistic ability. Like I painted some rocks today.
Yeah,
I
maybe
painted them with
maybe
the
if it's
American.
that might sound okay if it's like you gotta you see
What?
you seen those art you seen those artwork where like a woman will get naked and cover her body with paint and they'll press their body up against it, or sometimes guys do it too.
Okay.
There's literally just one dude I know that has they an artist took and made him sit in a thing of paint, and he sat on this canvas, and you see his ass and ball sack. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that sounds like that. That sounds like. I mean, I'm trying to get over the name. Where'd the name come from? I think that might help me a little better.
It's a technical term. It is the
Oh,
legal
fuck
term.
all that. That's a kink word, man.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. It's a fucking kink, man.
You are either
It's a
sheltered or
fucking
overly
kink.
paranoid.
Huh?
I don't know which it is.
Huh?
You're either sheltered or overly paranoid. I don't know which it is.
No, I'm not sheltered. Man, hey, no. Let's see. Spell it.
Okay. Busking.
SK. Busking. Busking.
Yes.
Busking.
Yep.
Busking is the practice of performing music, magic, dance, or other art forms in public spaces to
It
collect.
includes storytelling and it also includes painting, like, art forms. Also, jewelry making, like the little wire trinkets and stuff like that you see. All of that fits
Well, there
within
was that
busking.
woman that was selling her hair. She was making these weird fucking they fucking creepy.
Yeah, but it's still busking.
Yeah, well, yeah, but the thing is, people were buying these things, and there's like a whole thing where people collect them and they make them and they sell them on Etsy, and people collect them like Labubus and
Yeah,
you people are fucking weird. I'm sorry.
it's when it comes to, so the reason why I chose the word busking versus panhandling versus peddling is because I was using it for legal protection, because you do not need a peddler's permit, or anything else like that for busking. It is it is a way for up and coming or new artists or broke people to be able to go out there and to put their wares out to the public to be able to generate some stuff. Like, if I was a really good painter, I might be soliciting people to do portraits and, charge them $20 to sit there for an hour, and do a portrait of them.
Did you let's talk about your cookies.
You're really laying it on thick today, aren't you?
Yes.
Damn.
Let's
The cookies.
Let's talk about your cookies. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I was minding my own business. I hadn't called anybody. Hadn't done anything. I was trying to get out of the drug wooze that I feel every morning, and
You got some cookies of some pictures of some American flags.
American flag.
America.
It looked like it looked like somebody's kid had got into the cookies and had taken the icing and made the American flag on the cookie with did you use your fucking finger, man?
No, I was trying
You didn't
to
use a
get it
fucking
to
brush.
dry.
You didn't use a brush.
Oh, yes, I did.
Okay.
No. Here's the thing. I was using outdoor acrylic paint. I had 2 hours to paint these rocks and to get them dry and ready to go. Some of it was smudged because I couldn't get it to dry quick enough. See, that's why this was. I only did a small batch of 6 just to do a test market
Can
to
I
see what it would do.
can I show them on air?
Hey, go for it, man. It
Are you
was it
sure?
was all part of my prop.
All right, you
And
guys
you
want
know
to see
what?
this?
Breaking
I sold
news!
4
He's
of them
been
today. So
The hell?
yeah,
shot! Washington,
at
D.C.
$10 a
Oh,
pop.
wait a minute. What the fuck? Oh, never mind. That was clickbait. That get me in trouble. Alright. I mean, I guess they're not bad. I'm not. Let me. I gotta rotate these.
I went and spent 25 to almost $25 on materials. Okay. Now I did well that's what the retail price if I hadn't gotten all the discounts because I went in there fucking budget shopping with coupons, give my phone number, get the instant discount, get this, get that. So I did everything I could and I got it down to about $18, but it started at 25.
Hey,
And
you put a bunch of pictures out.
those brushes were $2 a piece and I bought 3 of them. I should have only just bought one. I'd have been fine with one, but I bought 3 thinking that I might need them. So, and then the acrylic paint, the outdoor paint was like 250 or $3 a piece. And then it was for the river rock. The river rock, just for a small little bag, was about 10 pounds, and that was
Well,
like
wait a minute. Wait a
eight,
minute.
nine
Let me
bucks.
put it on. Let me put it on the monitor here. You can describe this to our intrepid viewers. Because people, you're going on a journey here.
Yeah, because you guys are going to learn that this is what I'm trying to teach my audience and the communities in which I reside in.
All right,
This is something I'm trying to teach them.
here's the cookies that Tuck made today.
They're rocks.
Cookies. I like fucking cookies, man.
Fucking cookies. Yeah, when you said cookies, like you sent me some cookies, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Cookies. I never said anything about cookies. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I like fucking
And
cookies.
then now I find out that these are your cookies.
These are the
Wow.
fucking cookies.
No, so yeah, I went. I wanted to go cheaper on the rocks, but I couldn't get any that were big enough for the price. So I had to go with the more expensive and heavier batch. Now I did get the drop-in center, so I went, took my shower this morning. As soon as I got done there, I hopped on the bus, made it to Michael's. They opened at 9. I was there at like 9:10. I went in there, got my shit, got out, got back to the drop-in center at about 10 o'clock. I fucking sitting there, putting the white paint. I was trying to make it really nice, but I was putting the paint on so thick it was going to take forever to fucking dry. So instead of doing it like that, I kind of had to thin it out.
Did you just have the idea, like, I'm going to make some fucking cookies and sell them? Is that or did you have a plan in your head?
Well, yeah, no, I planned this out the night before. So last night, this is what I was planning. Actually, I was planning it not last night, but the night before. I was gonna go do it yesterday, but I kind of got lazy. I was like, I really don't want to go do this. Today, I felt like doing it, so I went and did it, and I kind of forced myself to go out there because it was like an hour ride there and back just to get the shit. So and the drop-in center closes at noon, so I'm sitting out there at a street corner. I fucking trying to figure out a way to transport him. So I got a bowl, a paper bowl with some of the rocks in it, and I'm kind of like trying to put it so that the paint doesn't smudge because it's still a little bit wet. That's why you see some of the smudges there. There was 2 rocks that just I couldn't help it, and so I'm carrying them down the fucking street so I could set them down there and fucking and put them on. Put them on the little thing next to my too ugly to prostitute sign, next to my dog. So, so I've got all that sitting there, and yeah, that's my cookies. So, but yeah, I sold. Okay, so the guy. So there was a lady that came up to me. She was from Ireland, and I asked her some questions and talked to her. So I'm kind of doing like a fly on the wall type thing while I'm doing this. So I mean, if you go and watch my live stream, you'll see like the first quarter of it is going to be me talking, and then after that, it's going to be kind of like fly on the wall type stuff, and you'll get to see like the ladies come up and pet Sam, and the guy that comes over and buys me and Sam a burger. So they end up petting Sam. I offer him a rock, then they offer me money, and I'm like, well, fuck yeah, thank you, much appreciated. Um, and then the guy that brought me the two burgers, so he bought a burger just for Sam, and then he bought me a double burger. This dude was fucking awesome. And so like I got to eat some 7th Street burger, and that was awesome. I went in there after we were done, and I'm like, I wanted to see the menu prices, see what all this stuff costs. And I was telling my story, and then there was a lady that stand up and offered to buy me another fucking burger. I'm like, no, 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 lady, you're good, you're good. I mean, I felt guilty because like my philosophy is take what you need and don't be greedy because there's only so much water in a glass. Don't drink it all in one sitting. And so although I would have liked it, I didn't want to be greedy, so I turned it down. Normally the rule is you never turn down a gift. When somebody wants to do something for you, you always take it. But yeah, so and then I had another lady. I met her and we had a conversation. She does tours. I forgot what she said she did beforehand,
Tours
but
and what?
huh?
You talking about like around Washington there?
Around Georgetown.
Yeah, honestly,
So yeah.
you see her a lot.
No, today was the first time I see her. She dropped me a 20 for one of the rocks.
I mean, I would go like, I would.
We talked about marketing and stuff like that, and fucking, all that other stuff. And
Well, no, I mean,
I'm sure she'll say hi again.
if she does tours, I mean, it might be well. You gotta look at those people in the terms of, okay, you sell them something or whatever, you get money, you get conversation from them, but you also got to look at them as content. Now, when we was having an early conversation, you got to look at people's content. People, these aren't people you're working with. These aren't people you know. These are just people you meet or whatever. So if this woman does something that could benefit your content, then you should utilize that to make your content. And she does tours.
Yes, and the thing
Then
is,
she can take
because
you
I'm out
around,
there.
and she might even know people that you need to talk to.
Yes, but the thing is I learned a long time ago. Okay, so I this is how I learned how to develop relationships. So I get pissed off at my mom. I end up in the Pearl District. I'm sleeping in front of a shop there, and there's this kid that comes by and he sits down. He talks to me, and he every night or every so often when he would come by from work, he would stop and say hi, see how I was doing, see if I needed anything, and we became friends over time. And like this is over like maybe a 3 week to like 2 month, not even 2 months, maybe a 3 or 4 week period of time. We became friends to where like he would come by and if whatever I needed, he would always make sure to bring it. Like he'd bring me a home cooked meal and stuff like that. So I learned to develop relationships. Just like the first time you see him, you don't really ask for something. You wait till like the third time because you're building value and kind of like seeing if this
Well, I
person's going to
mean,
be regular or not.
you wouldn't be asking her for money. You would be asking her for like,
Oh,
if
I
she
get
does
that.
tours, I'd be like, um, I would love a tour of Georgetown, but I can't, afford to pay anybody to do that or a tour of Washington. And I mean, I would think it would help me a lot more to understand this town. And
The thing is if you're going to develop a relationship, you never want to start off by asking for something. That's just my philosophy, though. Because the thing is like if you're gonna see this person, you're gonna develop them as a contact to begin with. Because I'm gonna be sitting in that spot on a quite a regular basis. I'm gonna see her come through because these are all people that come through before 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a regular basis.
but
So
Mo,
I'm gonna run across them.
but see, you also have to analyze the kind of people. Like, if she offers tour, see, the thing is, I'm breaking down the individual that you spoke with and basing them on merits and construction, and how that they would respond to a certain phrase or combination of words in technical terms. Um, but the thing is she is a tour guide and she likes to talk, and if she likes to talk and she likes to be a tour guide, it's something that she feels special about doing, something that she knows she feels she likes to talk about. Kind of people that make YouTube channels.
Yeah. But you know
And
what the thing is? The second time I see her, it's like, hey, if you ever want, I would love to, like, maybe even do a trade to maybe do a tour. And she might say, oh, no, we don't need to do a trade. Just come with me, come here this date, or something along those lines. But, I don't know. This just, like I said, it's just kind of the way I've kind of done things for years. So, I mean, I know it's going to take time to develop the relationship. I'm okay with it. But yeah, I mean, when it gets down to it, yeah, I probably will ask her for some form of some form of like, hey, can I come do a tour with you or something like that? Learn something from you. But I generally don't ask for it on the first couple of things. Just like, I don't know, back in the day, you never slept with a girl until about the third date, anyways, if you wanted to have
what are
anything
you
serious
talking
with her.
about?
Huh?
What are you talking about? So,
What do you mean?
some of my best, longest relationships, we're talking in the course of 10 to 15 years, have been individuals that I have vetted upon arrival. And so I don't believe in that theory. Um,
Okay. Well, we all have, yeah. I don't know. It's the way I've always done things, and it's my comfort zone. Is even when I was in sales, especially the higher the dollar sales, the more time you spend on the relationship before you put the ask in, because you want to make it to the point where it's like you're not just talking to your agent, you're talking to somebody that is looking out for you, almost like a friend, like he's a good guy. That's the guy you're going to do business with, not an agent, but the guy that's looking out for you.
well,
And so it takes a
yeah,
minute to build that
unless
relationship.
you need to make money. I mean,
Well,
you got to do what you got to
money
do.
will come.
Well,
Money will come. I will be taken care of, even though I complain and whine and bitch. It's not going at my speed, but it's coming. I mean, it's, I don't know. I've just learned to be patient, because when I get impatient is when things kind of fall apart for me. Because I start making decisions.
so do you sell cookies a lot?
Um, Generally, when I busk, I usually do history for $1. And I have like a rotation of about 4 or 5 different history stories that I'm like that are stuck in my head, and I just sit there and I tell those stories for about 4 or 5 hours, and I'd make my money. Um, the other things I've done would be selling newspapers and kind of like, well, no, going door to door trying to like rummage up work. That wouldn't be considered busking. But yeah, I mean, as far as busking goes, it's generally, history for $1. But that was back when $1 actually meant something. Like if somebody gave you 50 cents, you could actually go buy a Coke.
Mm-mm. Maybe people. No, maybe the dude that you spoke with was the one the dad type one that you were thinking you should know
Yeah.
him. Maybe,
Somebody said he might be a
maybe
reporter.
I don't think he's a reporter. I don't think he's a reporter. He's close. If he's a reporter, he's one of them ones that I don't know. Military maybe. Maybe somebody within that subcategory,
I
ex-military
would
or
say he's
something.
more of a thinker.
I don't know. Well,
He's more of a like
maybe.
a
Did he know what busing meant?
um dude, when I mentioned the WEF, he knew what I was talking about, and he understood how hot of a political button it was. Um, yeah, when I sat there and I talked to him and walked him through what was going on with the executive order and the domino effect of it, and kind of like how I felt about it, he sat there and was able to follow along and didn't need to ask any questions. Now, when I started talking about trails, that's when he's like, oh, okay, I don't really know much about trails. I know there's the AT around here somewhere, but that's about it. So he wasn't really knowledgeable about trails, but you could tell he was fit. He probably goes
Oh
to the
yeah, here's
gym.
shit. Here's shit.
He probably goes to the gym, but he's never really done any outdoor activities. And so, I talked to him about all the different stories and stuff like that. He liked the stories, especially when I was telling him about Alabama and the Pinhoti. Because that's my favorite. That's my favorite section of a trail, the Alabama side of the Pinhoti.
You never got to walk the one out west that runs along California and
The
Arizona.
PCT? No.
Yeah, I think it goes all the way up to Canada.
Yeah, it's the PCT.
Yeah, that one's a fucked up trail.
That's an equestrian trail.
No, there's one that runs along there. That's
Yeah, well, no, it was like a lot of sections were originally designed for equestrian, like for donkeys and shit.
Well, they thought people would like do some kind of like Oregon travel type fantasy thing. I don't know, but it basically though what it is, it's basically what the kind of trail is for the AT and stuff now. And I mean, um, it is considered one of the more hardcore ones for like bikers and things. But there's a lot of bikers that like to go up there and do it.
Yeah, well the CDT is supposed to be the premier biking trail. Like you're basically walking. From what I understand, you're walking forest roads the whole time. It's like off-road dirt biking, but on forest roads.
Well, I mean, honestly, I think the best biking trail, well, the best one of the best walking trails and one of the best biking trails that I've been on is the one I worked for. That was the New River State Trail, and it runs pretty much most of Virginia. It connects to another one down yonder, and there's another connection up to where it goes, but it takes you through a town. But it's out there. I mean, there's camp spots along the way and everything else. And I mean, you could spend shit. I mean, you could spend 6 months on that trail, and
Really?
you would have places to sleep. You have fucking bathrooms along the way. You have um,
See, the towpath here is the only good hiker biker one I've seen, because they've got designated spots about every 5 to 7 miles. Sometimes they're 9 and 12 apart, but that's rare. But they're 5 to 7 miles apart in general. Like if you do 2 camps a day, you're doing 15 miles. So it's set up for the hiker and for the biker. Because they got porta potties and shit like that out there, and like pump your own well water. But it's really nice to walk. But that one sounds like it might be a little bit better. It's
I mean, you
hiker
can even
bikers.
like if you have to go like say your campsite is out whatever,
Mhm.
and you want to take some of your camp materials or let's say you're sleeping out there and you need to come to town for some stuff. Your tent and shit would be fine. I mean, that's just where you are, and they leave you alone so you don't see anybody. And if you go back to like one of the main places, shit, you can rent one of or they might even let you just use like um, they got the electric bike things where you can pull a bunch of shit if you need to. I've seen them let people do that. You can get those. I've seen them let people, hell, every mile and a half or 2 miles, we would put one of the, if the place didn't have running water, the we put one of them big portable water tanks out there so you can get water. Um,
Wow, that's really like on top of it. I
yeah.
think the only thing, I
Plus,
mean, the AT isn't even
plus,
that good.
plus, there's fucking trash cans and everything else. Somebody goes through and gets them every day. Um, we drive in, drive out. Yeah, I'm sure a few things have changed, but it's pretty much can't change anymore. There's literally a place there, a interconnecting spot, like way the fuck way out in there, around nothing or nobody, and it's it's where the train tracks did a T over a big ass bridge thing, and they filled all that in, and it's just this weird, crazy, scary monument thing that is just cool as fuck, man. I mean, the bathrooms are there, there's a campsite there, there's other campsites there, and you come in off the T, and you got four different ways to go, and then there's the fucking tunnels. The tunnels are fucking badass. You go under the tunnels, miles of tunnels. And you see light at the end, light at the other, you go through. Whole nother world.
It sounds like it.
But yeah, I mean, it is a trail you could spend the better part of, I'm going to say, depending on how fast you did it, you know, you could go from 4 to, I don't know, 2 years, I think. Yeah.
That's, yeah. You know, I like being on trail, but I also like I like the city life as well.
But I mean,
Like
you're close enough to the city where you can go
jaunt
to it,
in.
like every I don't know, it's every so many miles there's a spot that interconnects with the city. That's got like parking and vending machines and
Wow,
shit
that's a
like
little
that.
extreme. Wow.
And you can go into the city like here in our town. There's one down by we just call it the park. It runs by the river. You know, you can get on the trail from there, and
One thing I could say about Virginia is it seems like, because even when I was doing the Shenandoah section and Bears Den, Virginia really knows how to market and commercialize the trails. I mean, you know, stopping off like every single day, you're going to come across one of those little depot stores so you can get yourself a fucking monster burger. And if you're anyone who's anyone, you're not going to want to miss that. You're going to be thinking about that. That's what's going to put the pep in your step to get you to the next fucking places. Man, I can't wait to get one of those monster burgers.
well, I mean, the trails here, like I said, this is the one here is not like the biggest one in Virginia, but it is one of the bigger ones, and it does run up there. And I mean, you can jump from here. I think there's another spot up there too, but you can jump from there and you can get on the AT. The connection point from here to the AT, I think, is in Grayson County, and Grayson County is one of the harder stretches of the AT.
Mm. Is that like, well, that, what is that, like South? That's South Virginia, huh?
Southwest Virginia, but you're up in a place called White Top.
Yeah, well, I think we only did like 100 miles of Virginia.
Yeah, you didn't go to White Top.
No, we stopped right before that, I think, didn't we?
Yeah, yeah, you didn't go to White Top.
Yeah, we just did Shenandoah and Bears
I
Den.
think you would have liked White Top. I mean, in the summertime, it's fucking awesome, man. They got wild ponies. They make maple syrup up there. They do, I mean, all kind of good, like, southern, southwest Virginia country stuff.
Dude, help me out here, because I'm kind of torn. Like, okay, DC is the only city other than San Francisco that is able to hold my attention to make me want to stay. Okay, it's a honeypot for me. But the thing is like, if I want to get on, because I really want to do the AT next year. I really want to do, but how do I do what I'm doing, keep it going, and do the AT all at the same time? That's the real question, because it's like, people want to see me travel and stuff, but at the same time, what I'm building my channel so that
Well,
it's not reliant on
here's the
travel.
thing. I think what I would do with that is keep building your channel to a point where you feel confident that you can afford to eat in public places along your route on the AT. And by doing that, maybe have you some extra money set aside based on what you think you can get, kind of like what you're doing before. Um, you get a hotel here and a hotel there and whatever, and take your time and do the AT. But this time you're stopping at these restaurants in town. You're eating. You're talking to other people. You're spending more time there. You're the idea the one of the good ideas that you had when we were talking about the AT back then is you had planned to stop and talk to people along the way, and
And I do, but I just don't put it on camera.
but see that's the whole point. If you're gonna do it, you need to stream it. You need to live stream it. You need to put on there. It gives you a reason to find a place to charge. Gives you a reason to find a place to cool and settle down. Gives you a reason, to blend in, to be the population for a few minutes. Now, if you did do the California one, I can tell you that'd be a lot harder to do, but you can still do it.
I have a don't come back warrant. I'm not going back. I refuse to go to the West Coast at all.
I think I'd try to stay from. I don't think I'd want to be close to California.
Yeah, and you're telling me, yeah, go do the PCT. Yeah, like more than 2/3 of it is fucking California.
California. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, 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 no. I'm good. Even when I was doing the ADT, I was like, fuck it. Somebody had to come in and help me like sneak into fucking California to finish it and turn around and get the fuck out of Dodge as quickly as I could. And it's not like it's not anything stupid. It's just it's over fucking weed. But yeah, LA basically gave me a don't come back warrant.
Yeah.
Yeah, non-extraditable, but and they won't do anything about it. It's been lost in the system. I've tried to deal with it for years, and nobody will even knows what the fuck I'm talking about, except for the cops.
Well, don't they like roll off or something?
No. If that were the case, this warrant is 15 years old.
There's somebody here that must be one of your a person that subscribes to you. He says, "I don't watch Tuck to see him walk. I subscribe to gain his knowledge in a rambling form." Yes, but you must understand. You must understand that as a person walks, they tend to ramble more. Um, you know what? The kind of stuff that he does can get stale after a while. So he has to make modifications, and it's really good to plan on what you know and try to incorporate. But
Yeah. Well, no, my big problem is okay. So I spent 11 months and a couple of weeks to get my channel monetized. I did it in less than a year. That was my goal. If I couldn't reach it, I was gonna give up on YouTube. I reached it. It was long and grueling, but I fucking reached it. Okay, once I got monetized, over the next year, I would grow to making somewhere around about $1,500 a month. Most of that was coming in through tips in my tip jar through PayPal and Cash App, and people sending me like buying me gear off of Amazon and sending it to me. Like Sam and I got some really nice gear right there at the very end. And then once we got to Arizona, I was expecting to stay homeless there, but work on getting me a property. But I fell into it so quick that when I got on it, it was like everything just went to shit. I went down to about $300 a month, and then there was one month where I was telling people, like, look, I might lose my fucking property because I haven't made enough money yet. because I had to make my property payments. Like, I can go without everything else, but I need to make my property payment. And so a couple of subscribers stepped in and helped me, but that was my problem. And I learned an important lesson that me traveling is a bonus. It's a caveat. It's just the randomness, but the content is really what's got to draw the people. Because what was drawing people to begin with was where's Tuck, and every week I would be in a different city, different state, different area. So it became more about my journey than about what I was actually teaching. And so I've had to change that around this time. So that's why I'm focusing more on doing more the journalistic type and that type of stuff, because that will keep me going even if I decide to, spend a winter inside, or if I want to go back to my property and build my house.
I texted Chip and told him to call or text me when he's near because you're charging your phone and you're doing your live
You say okay?
He didn't respond.
We'll get my phone.
Everything okay?
Yeah, we're just trying to figure out what's going on. Like, in case I was going to have somebody else pick up my order and take care of it. But
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But
But yeah, that's so to the subscriber that said that, that's kind of why what we're talking about. It's not that my travel means much. It's just that that's how I originally built it, and it backfired on me when I got off.
right.
So what I've been building for the last almost 4 months now is like, it's fucking so much better than what I did. Like, part of me wishes I could have started over and rebuilt it, but then I would lose all my close friends.
I think that's fine. I don't know, but anyway, like I said, I think you should do that the way you're doing it. I got like the 10 rules of the 12 golden rules of busking. Believe it or not, I'm trying to. Like I said, I want to know who first used it. That's what I'm interested in. Like, where did it come from? Where did the brief history, earliest record?
Yep. But the important thing about that is just that if they put in no panhandling laws, well, this is how you get around it.
Well, unless they put that in there too.
No, busking is legally protected.
How is it legally protected?
Shit, I used to know this fucking by heart. Essentially, if you were to take away busking, you would completely cut off any access to new artists, because a lot of even
okay, wait a minute. Okay,
Janis
here we
Joplin
go.
and all those people, they started out being street performers, and you would completely kill all of our artistic ability by doing that. To outlaw that would be to basically stamp out any freedom of expression.
Well, it says here, it says when the founding fathers wrote and passed the Bill of Rights and the First Amendment of the Constitution, buskers were in some way kept in mind. It was important to the early American people that the right to protest through public demonstration and song was protected. Early buskers took full advantage of this law with none other than Benjamin Franklin, who sang and sold broadside posters containing political views in the form of ballads. The law stood to protect buskers. In the 1800s, it was marketed by a swing of the pendulum. Many big cities enacted curfews, were strict check license and permits of street performers. Hurdy-gurdies, George Burns, busking today. Washington Post did an experiment, believe it or not. Washington Post set up an experiment in 2007 to see if a general person could recognize the genius of a professional music disguised as a street performer. Huh. Okay, that's what they had on. That's what they had on um, YouTube channel. The other ones and the people that play music and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's a freedom of expression.
Yeah, but see, I was
It's
curious how
for
old it
artistic
was.
ability.
You know, was it slang? Was it something new? I mean the use of the word? I knew what the act was, but I didn't know what. That's what they called it. Um, but like I said, I was wondering though the origin of everything tells you everything. So, you know, to win, to conquer, like tipping. Okay, street musicians. There's a street musician busking thing on Facebook if you're curious. But anyway, um, ow, my hair messed up. Let's see, where does that leave us? I'm not going in there. Now they're trying to get me into fucking the slang and Chinese and shit. I don't want to do all that. Still sounds like a porn word, man.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I just, it's a legal term. I mean, yeah, and so like just because I'm a history nut, like I kind of I try and use the old school words for things.
Well, I mean, I like old school words too, but I don't remember seeing that one. I mean, that's what's got me here. Um, I use them quite frequently, and like some of the stuff they write, some of the older and well, some based on the individual and the person. But
Yeah, so like if you're even if you're panhandling under the way that they describe busking, that could also be. And so when they say no panhandling, if you were making a political statement on your thing by pulling out a protest, I guess that again, that's why panhandling is like poor me, woe is me, anything helps, God bless, homeless veteran, feel sorry for me, it type thing, and it's just it's there's a difference. There's something of value that's being offered in exchange.
um, there once again is this is. I'll go ahead and toss this out here. I don't know if you guys have heard of something called the Benadryl challenge.
The what?
The Benadryl challenge.
What, to see if he could stay awake?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I used to do that as a kid.
It's a viral TikTok thing. Where they try to get you to take a bunch of Benadryls. Like I said, Benadryl falls into a category where it causes the human mind to see things. A lot of people see the Hat Man. People want to go meet the Hat Man. Teenagers want to go meet the Hat Man. And
Yeah.
well, anyway, people are encouraging young kids to take a lot of Benadryl, and they shouldn't. Here recently, just not long ago, a 15-year-old girl was left with no brain activity in the ICU after attempting the viral TikTok challenge. I mean, this is something that I try to warn people about because a lot of people do and sometimes accidentally take too much Benadryl, and it can kill you. According to this, her mom says that he is aware that she was doing the challenge for at least 5 times. The first occasion being around Christmas. I never heard of it until my ex-wife told me about it the other day. We don't communicate. We can't communicate, I urge other people to, if they're in a broken home, to try the best to communicate. Wow. You knew your kid was doing this shit and you let him.
Oh, dude, parents don't give a shit anymore. They're too busy stuck on their phone. I mean, I watched a couple of kids get out of an Uber. As soon as they got out, The conversation stopped, and all four of them right on their phones, just walking and fucking, checking their messages and doing all their shit. Nobody's paying attention to anybody other than themselves right now.
Oh wow. Richard Nixon has suddenly gone viral.
Why?
The 37th, shit. The 37th president that they have been, foundation has been posting a slew of slickly edited videos aimed to make the late disgraced POTUS seem cool, and it appears to be working.
Oh.
They are trying to reinvent. It's called Nixon Maxing. Nixon Maxing.
That man was a crook. Because of Nixon and then Reagan, my grandfather left the Republican Party.
I don't know, guys. I smell a fish here. Something's wrong. Something's wrong with this. Something is definitely wrong. No. All right. Who would stand? What political party, and why, would stand to look really good in the next few years if they reimagine Nixon?
The Democrats. Because he was a liberal Republican. Okay, so the Republicans were liberal before they became conservative in the 60s. Like the anti-war protests were by the Republicans, not the Democrats.
Like I said, this is I think what we're seeing is like the seeds of reinvention, and at least a try. I mean, there's no other reason for the Nixon Foundation to do this, but they're trying to make Nixon look cool, and that's crazy to me. Did we talk about the World Cup fans going viral for fucking KFC and shit?
No, we just talked about soccer being football.
Yeah, but this was what was happening around there. All the people that were coming over from the different countries, they were getting to experience American life. They fucking KFC and fucking McDonald's and shit we take for granted, or have been, or just common. Taco Bell, whatever, whatever you're into. And man, they're like, there's literally these millions and millions and millions of people want to move here because the food is better than their own country. Now, in my opinion, it is worse for you. But I don't know. It's definitely worse for you. But it just shows how different. That just shows how different the United States is compared to some other countries. A lot of people in this country would like to, eat healthier and better, based on their diet. And the people that come here and get a big gulp from fucking 7-Eleven or where it comes from is just astounded and amazed at the American being plenty. I don't know. Let's hope it stays that way, guys. To whatever degree it is, and not go worse.
Well, we're going to make America great again. Because it wasn't great under Donald Trump's first presidency, so we got to make it great again because it wasn't great.
I don't think it will be great under the next president. I mean, I don't care who it is. A lot of people think that whoever. No, we ain't talking about that right now. But I just no.
No, the next president isn't being. He doesn't have any control. I mean, the CIA, as far as I'm concerned, the CIA staged a coup in the '60s with Kennedy, and they're the ones pulling the strings because they're the only ones that have the umbrella clearance, And the president isn't going to get it, so the president is just their puppet, and they just feed him the information they want him to do to manipulate him to go where he wants to go. So therefore, the CIA is the one that runs this country.
Mm. Ah. I still don't think we'll be here. I don't. I think we're entering a very bad time in America history and the world's history. Like I said, they're showing us way too much stuff that doesn't make any sense. I wouldn't do this to a population. And now there are research groups that are saying that they are working with plasmoidal ETs.
Research groups saying this? Which
Yeah.
research groups?
There are private organizations that are saying they are working with plasmoidal ETs. They're studying them, working with them. They're doing these things. They say that we're not talking like.
I don't believe that. I think that's a fucking lie. Because somebody's lying. Either Meyer's lying, who says that there is no contact with any governments of the earth, or these guys are lying, because of whatever. Somebody's lying, and I don't know who.
No,
But
we
there's a rat.
are to the point where it does sound like we're going to see video and pictures and maybe even one.
Yeah, but is it CG? Is it AI? How are we going to be able to know?
Well, I'm sure the final test would be, well, not final test, but the main. All right, first you'll have people. They'll show videos, or they'll show pictures. They'll show videos, audio, video, and that will turn the majority of the people. The second thing they'll do is they'll actually bring out one at a public showing, and say, look, this is what we fucking caught, man. We can't explain it, and we've caught many of them. I mean, like I said, they are grabbing these fucking eggs. I seen the video the other night. And I said it was sent to me. And I am going to show it. I'm going to try to show it sometime this week. But it shows a helicopter putting a strap around it, the same kind of strap that you would like. I don't know if you've ever seen, like, the things they put around cows or whatever if they get trapped in ravines, and they lift them up.
Yeah, like a ratchet strap.
Well, no, it's more like how they would move a fish, a big fish, like a shark or something, or a whale.
Like that.
God, it's like got a belly thing. Anyway, it goes under it. And this thing is 20, I want to say 20 by 8 feet, by 20 by 12. I don't know. But anyway, they look like fucking eggs. That is the best thing I can say. They look like fucking eggs. A sling, yeah. And I saw them moving it. I saw it. I mean, I saw it. I saw them put it on, move it, take it someplace. I'm like, okay, this is fucked up.
I wonder if this is the visitors that Meyer's been talking about.
But apparently the aliens, the plasmoidal, like the orbs, like apparently what everybody's been seeing here lately is these orbs in the sky that change color, that try to mimic things, that try to do different stuff. The stuff over New Jersey, the stuff everyone's been seeing, the different shapes and things. These are supposed to be orbs, and inside the orbs are these creatures. And these creatures are apparently intelligent because they have been having conversations with them. They've been talking to them. They've been, so something freaky deaky's going on, guys. I mean, there's that other thing, because I'm seeing little reports here and there, and they're constant. It's like when you get an earthquake and you have all the little aftershocks, and you get another earthquake and you have more aftershocks, and they start stacking and stacking and stacking. Something has happened with this that has caused at least a larger group of people believe that there's actually something out there. And but what they will say and what they will do and everything else is another story. But I'm pretty sure they are showing us something to let us make a determination on our own.
But here's the thing. If this, I've heard a lot of ramblings, but nobody will ever say anything definitive about it within the Meyer community. But they've been talking about visitors. Are the visitors here? Are the visitors coming? When will they be here? And the way that people talk about it is it's going to be actually bad news for us.
Well, I mean,
So,
that sounds right. I mean, if you go by the Anunnaki said they'd send watchers, and the watchers come and they take us, they assess humanity. They go through, they take count, they do the thing, they do whatever. I'm sure the people who caught them and doing experiments on them is in the bad count. I mean, I know I'd stick you there. And let's say this is what they do, and they report this information back, and the other ones are coming, the ones behind them. You know, you got to prep the scene before you go do something, and I think that's what's happening. You know,
so you think this is a landing party?
I think they come in waves. They do. They come in waves. I think there's what different waves do different things and different things to set the stage for whatever big is coming. And I mean, and I really literally think that all of these stories, everything that they come around Samaria and Egypt and everything, they're retellings of another story that is describing the days that we are living in. Even the Bible itself is a reinterpretation of that story. So I think that all of this, whatever is happening, is happening as a whole. So you know, if there's little things in the Bible that reads like they're coming back and pouring their vials in the ocean and causing plagues upon man and everything else, you can actually see that with what these things could be doing as well. I got to run in the bathroom and I'm going to smoke. I will be right back. Okay. Segue.
Oh, okay. Am I supposed to talk, or is this?
Yeah, this
just
is
a
your
break?
segue. This is your segue. Unless you want to be left with dead silence. I don't have anything to play.
Well, I'm putting on. Hold on a second. I'm putting on my underquilt right now. So give me a quick second. Oi. Okay. So got that. All right, cool. All right, baby girl. Yes, I'm right in here with you. I'm right in here with you. All right. All right. So, for those of you guys who don't know who I am already, I am Friar Tuck. I have my own channel, The Epoch of Friar Tuck. We were talking about a live stream that I did earlier today. I don't know, some people find it interesting, but yeah. Anyways, if you're interested in following, homeless policy, education, all that stuff, and survival, come on over to my channel, and I've got about 1,000 videos for you to watch, so you'll have plenty of stuff. Damn it! I forgot to grab my blanket. So, but anyways, today was probably one of the coolest days we've had in a while. So that's been kind of nice. I'm actually having to get both my underquilt and my top quilt together tonight. You back? I thought I heard him. So, but for those of you curious what I sleep in a hammock. I have a 0-degree duck down under quilt and a 20-degree synthetic top quilt, both from Enlightened Equipment. Uh, these two pieces alone, the underquilt cost me about 400 and the top quilt cost me about 6. So, oy. Yeah. And then my hammock is through a company called Shanty Life Outfitters. They are a Pacific Northwest company, and the reason why I like them is because it has 20-foot straps. And you can find the hammock on Amazon. You got to go to Enlightened Equipment, their direct website, if you want uh, if you want their product. But damn it. Hey. This is one of those brands. Like, I don't know, if you're gonna get something and you want it to be durable, don't go with the thin. Don't go with the 10D. Go with the 20D. It will be much better for you. I wish I would have done the 20D instead of the 10D, because I've had to patch this. Because sometimes, like the hammock, like over time as you toss and turn, or dog gets in, dog gets out, stuff like that. It becomes a pain because you back?
I'm back.
All right.
Now, all right. If Tuck wasn't in mid-thought, I am ready to talk about space, if you guys are. Let me pull my screen back up. Now, this is concerning NASA's MAVEN orbiter. Or MAVEN orbiter, sorry. On December 6, 2025, a $582 million spacecraft that had been actively studying Mars's atmosphere for over a decade abruptly went dark while passing behind the red planet. 13 days later, an interstellar comet made its closest approach to Earth. Between these events lie a gap in our understanding. What was MAVEN actually observing? What caused it to suddenly catastrophic failure? And why does the official explanation for the loss remain unknown nearly 6 months later?
Hang on, I take a stab.
This is not a story about aliens.
Here, honey, go make coffee.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
It's a story about what happens when our instruments of observation fail and what we might miss in the darkness. Good evening. You know where you are. And tonight we're talking about silence. Not metaphorical silence. Not the kind you read in books. The specific documented silence that falls across NASA's Deep Space Network on December 6, 2025, when a spacecraft called MAVEN stopped transmitting. Before we talk about what happened, I want you to understand what MAVEN was. Not the acronyms, Mars, atmosphere, and volatile evolution, but what it is meant to do. MAVEN launched in 2013. Its mission was singular: understanding how Mars lost its atmosphere. The planet that once flowed with water, had weather systems, had pressure and wind and rain, it became a dead desert. MAVEN was supposed to tell us how, what process took a living world and stripped it bare. For 12 years, it worked. It discovered the solar system's accelerated atmospheric loss. It mapped wind currents we didn't know existed on Mars. It found auras we'd never seen before. It imaged invisible magnetic tails. It did work that required a human presence we'd never had on Mars, a patient observer measuring, watching, and recording. And then it started watching something else. In October 2025, 3 months before MAVEN went dark, something appeared in our solar system that we have never seen before. We called it 3-Eye Atlas, the third confirmed interstellar object to visit our neighborhood. It was coming fast, 130,000 miles per hour, and MAVEN was watching it. On October 9th, 2025, MAVEN's image ultraviolet spectrograph turned toward that comet and took a picture. Not visible light photographs, ultraviolet. The kind of image that reveals the chemical composition of what things are made of. The comet had anomalies, high amounts of carbon dioxide, hydrogen cyanide, methanol, and something else. Strangely, high amounts of nickel and iron. A composition described in scientific literatures as potentially extreme, unlike any comet we have in our catalog. MAVEN imaged it, recorded it, and transmitted the data back to Earth. And then, 2 months later, MAVEN stopped transmitting. I want to make a note here that the nickel composition they found in 3-Eye Atlas is the same nickel compositions that we use in our spacecraft. It's a special way you must create this stuff. It's not something they know happens anywhere in the universe for the creation of exotic materials. It is one of those things that must be made by some other organism. December 4th, 2025, ground control at NASA is monitoring routine telemetry. All systems nominal. MAVEN is functioning as designed. The spacecraft has executed thousands of orbits. It has become infrastructure, invisible, reliable, parts of the assumed background of our space program. 2 days later, December 6th, Saturday morning Earth time, MAVEN approaches Mars from the daylight side, as it always does. The spacecraft will pass behind the planet from the Earth's perspective, and the signal will cut out, as expected. It happens thousands of times before. The signal cut out. MAVEN emerged from behind Mars. There was no signal. Ground control waits. This has happened before. There can be delays. Systems sometimes take time to reacquire. Minutes pass, no signal. An hour passes, still nothing. By the time NASA formally announces the anomaly on December 9th, the meeting is already clear. Something has gone wrong. Not software, not something fixable. The spacecraft has failed in ways that ground control cannot diagnose, can't predict, cannot recover from. All systems had been working normally before it orbited behind Mars. When it emerged, they only received silence. Now, this is where I'm supposed to tell you what happened, where the narrative provides a closure, an explanation, a causation. I can't, no one can, not yet, maybe not ever, because we don't know. What we know is this: MAVEN transmitted data fragmented in the days after December 6. Enough data for the review board to understand one thing. The spacecraft was rotating, not in a controlled way, not in a way designed into any mission architecture. It was tumbling, spinning, at what NASA would later describe as an unusual high rate. The rotations at an unusual rate. This matters because rotating spacecraft is a dead spacecraft. As it spins, its solar panels, its only source of power, rotates away from the sun. The antenna rotates away from Earth without power. The batteries drain. Without antenna, communications become impossible. But something else happened when the spacecraft started rotating. Its orbital trajectories changed. The physics are simple. Rotation is momentum. Momentum applied to a spacecraft in orbit shifts its path. MAVEN's path shifted. Its orbit decayed. The spacecraft that had reliably positioned as a communication relay, as a sensor platform, as infrastructure, it becomes trash, following a trajectory no longer under ground control. The review board spent months investigating. They would examine every system, every contingency, every possibility. And in June 2026, 6 months after the loss, they reached a conclusion. We do not know what happened. That was their words. Not, we are still investigating. Not, we have several theories. Just, we do not know. A spacecraft with a decade of successful operation suddenly, without warning, entered in an uncontrolled spin behind an alien planet far enough away that we cannot send a recovery mission, far enough that the laws of physics guarantee we will never bring it home. The root cause remains unknown. Now let me tell you what we do know about what MAVEN was doing in its final months. In September and October of 2025, MAVEN was not alone in observing 3i Atlas. Multiple spacecraft were tracking this object. Notice how they call everything in space now spacecraft. Satellites are spacecraft. Everything's spacecraft. It used to be satellites. That would be the generic term that you would hear. We would not call MAVEN a spacecraft. We would call it a satellite. For some reason, they wanted that to change. Anyway, the Hubble Space Telescope, the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, NASA's Psyche mission, the European Space Agency. Every instrument had been positioned to observe space was directed toward this comet. Why? Because 3i Atlas was not normal. Its composition was extreme. The outgassing was excessive. The trajectory was hyperbolic, meaning it did not follow a closed orbit. It came from outside of our solar system. It would leave, return to interstellar space, and we would never see it again. This was the third confirmed interstellar visitor. The first in 2017, a second in 2019. Both were unusual. Both studied. Both passed through. Exited without any incident. 3i Atlas was different. The observation logs show an intensity of focus, a frequency of imaging that suggests more than curiosity. It suggested concern. MAVEN's ultraviolet spectrograph was particularly suited for this work.
Here, I gotta go to Jim's.
When she's done it. Oh, she must be taking it anywhere. She's taking care of it. Okay. Thank you. All right. Sorry. Hold on a minute. I got sidetracked. MAVEN's ultraviolet spectrograph was particularly suited for this kind of work. It could analyze the coma, the atmosphere of gas, the gas surrounding the comet's nucleus, and tells us what that comet was made of. On October 9th, 2025, MAVEN imaged 3i Atlas. The image was transmitted, it was filed. It became part of the scientific record. 2 months later, MAVEN failed. I am not suggesting causation. I am suggesting temporal proximity. I am suggesting that is worth noting. I am suggesting that when we have a spacecraft actively observing anonymous objects, and then spacecraft suddenly fall in an unexpected way, we should at least mark that down. We should at least ask the question, what was MAVEN seeing that required such intense observation? And what happened on December 6th, 2025? That made that observation no longer necessary. Here's what I want you to understand. This is not speculation. This is not theory. MAVEN exists. It failed. The failure is real. The cause is unknown. The comet is real. Observations are real. The temporal proximity is real. What we are doing is what the infrastructure does. What we're noting these things align. We are asking why NASA cannot explain the failure of critical infrastructure. We are asking the important enough to justify the intense observations of an object moving at 130,000 miles per hour across our solar system. And we are asking, most importantly, what happens in the darkness? Now, oh, sorry. I think the other weed hit me, y'all. Oh, I don't know why. I just like snuck up on me.
You want the refrigerator?
I don't know. Yes, I do. I want these refrigerated.
Want that one refrigerated too?
I see it says herbal. What's herbal?
I don't know.
Have you guys ever had Dr. Enough?
No.
It's like
It's an energy drink, natural.
it's like a natural energy drink. But this says herbal. It's got, oh wait a minute. This is with ginseng and guano. I mean, the other ones I had were fucking bee vitamins. I don't think that's the same drink. I don't know. I wanted the ones with the B vitamins. Maybe it won't kill me. I don't know. All right. December 19th, 2025, 3i Atlas reaches its pedigree, its closest approach to Earth. The comet passed within 270 million kilometers of our planet. That's nearly twice the Earth-Sun distance. In astronomical terms, In astronomical terms, yes. It is remarkably close. In human terms, it is still incomprehensibly far, but close enough to observe, close enough to measure, close enough to see. And we were watching. Every instrument pointed toward this object. Every eye, digital, human, tracking its passage. Because this was the moment, the closest we would ever get to 3i Atlas. After this, it would recede. It would exit our solar system. It would return to interstellar space, and we would never see it again. This was the moment to understand what we were dealing with. What was this object? Was it an alien? Was it an alien spacecraft? Would be the things that we would have to fight someday. The motherships, the big boys. Now, it's possible that Maven's loss was coincidental. It's possible that Maven failed for reasons entirely unrelated as the comet's passage. It is possible that this is a story about two independent events that happen to align in time. It's possible. But I want to make another note. If you have noticed, within the context of our past podcast, that there are a number of events that seem to happen and coincide that make each one extremely weird. And this is all over. This is an interesting pattern that I've been seeing. One, if the spacecraft were to rotate without the appearance of this comet, I wouldn't think much of it. But with the appearance of the comet, with everyone looking at it, and with knowing what I saw and what I read and what I studied, I knew that this was an odd comet. It's not a spaceship of some kind of recording device, some kind of thing that goes through our universe and seeds it. I don't know, but I know it was something. It was something different than we had ever seen before.
What if it's space junk from another inhabited planet that just made it our way?
Could be. Could be. Or it could have been a sift dust. If our planet were to, whatever we had made or whatever we had designed or built or whatever, it would be out there tumbling around in space.
Or at least fragments
that could survive going through there, or thought it was the core of a planet, or maybe the Sky Atlas was.
I don't know. I don't see a need to be scared.
That's. I mean, see, TV has trained us. Purpose. We don't know what happened to poor Maven, but
He is a little pesky little fucker, isn't he?
Yes. Now, I guess mission. In 1990, the Great Silence. Why do we not hear from it? Why is the sky silent? The idea that an intelligent, encountering intelligent, chooses silence, chooses invisibility. The universe is a dark forest. I'm telling you, Maven was silenced by... I'm not telling you that Maven was silenced by anything intelligent. It's our own version of silence. Our own moment when our instruments went dark. Our own gap in knowledge we thought we had. Maven will eventually fall. It will become light briefly as it dies, and then it will be gone. The data is collected, will survive. The question it raises was knowing and not knowing that silence will survive. Because some silences are louder than any transmission. Some act about an instrument is not what it shows us. It's what it stops showing us when it goes dark. Tonight. Show called was too short. I didn't have enough stuff to write into it. And I figured it would run between 20 to... Do you have any thoughts on it?
I mean, if he's just worrying of what I mean, it's just they're saying that it was perfect, and now all of a sudden there's
back in like space debris.
There was a video, I think it happened last week or the week before. There was this guy fishing and right behind him, a fucking satellite comes falling out of orbit.
Did you check the date on that? Because I've seen one of those before.
It's happened a couple of times, but yeah, this just happened. It was confirmed by there was a story that was going around that it was correct data as far as I know as of now.
Okay. There's the things change.
But
The next thing you know,
speaking of satellites, though, I mean, might as well talk about them. I mean, the thing, like one of the stories that I couldn't write a full script on was eclipse with the solar storm that's going on right now, and I had a thing written. There it is. Okay. There is a chance of a oscillated G1 minor geomagnetic storm condition. Auroras will finally be visible in fucking Virginia. You'll definitely, I mean, you'll be laying out there in the middle of the night and the sky fucking light up, dude.
well, we've got the city lights, so
But I mean,
there's a little bit of a glow.
But is it dark? Like dark? Is it?
No, it's not that dark.
It's bad. I mean, I like country dark. I used to live, when I lived in the country, I mean.
See your hand in front of you, yeah.
Well, they're on once in the middle. It's like part of it is, fucking twilight dark, man. It's, you can have fun with a telescope out there.
Nice.
You ain't gotta worry about it. But yeah, it's good for pictures and stuff, and all kinds of stuff roll in. Like, I don't know. Man, I get it might knock out some stuff. It could knock some satellites and stuff out of orbit. I mean, they're considering it being pretty big. And people have stepped up talking about like some kind of superstorm. You talk about the same shit happening over and over again. But it seems like we're inching close on all sides. Like we can have a possibility of we have a chance now that there's going to be molten. I posted something and they finally said that, yeah, they out there finally. I mean, Wyoming, if you live out there around or you got land out there or whatever, you are definitely a different kind of person. I mean, you can take more than most people. You're always experienced. You know you're on a volcano. It says YouTube is not currently receiving. It says stream health is good. Duck, can you hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's make sure it's not. It's YouTube. YouTube's acting weird. I don't know. I think Bardo said he had to reboot his phone. Something weird's going on with the. Hello.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I mean, I hear. I mean, you sound good, man. But I mean, my I can see what I'm transmitting and control over the network and stuff. And on my monitor above it, I have another monitor, and it shows me the live stream window and a live view meter, and it shows me like a bar graph of how good the stream is and the stream health and bit rate, stuff like that. So it's got two things where it shows me what each really wonky. It keeps going in and out until somebody says something. Thingy, Majigger. Hello. It's buffering in and out. That's weird. I mean,
That's why.
I mean, mine is. We're going to let it figure itself out. You want to talk about Fable now? Well, 2026, Anthropic released model that has a breakthrough in coding research at 520. The U.S. worldwide AI model to have existed This is not a story about AI safety. Leverage, I mean, now depends on.
Because the government was pissed off.
No, I think the reason they went, and they were going to make a system that will control of it. And flag up. They like to make they even helped with that thing where the government knew it before it is released to the public. They would at least follow that degree of the rule. I don't know. I mean,
What, to not volunteer their work to the government so that the government can steal it?
well, I mean, the government's going to get it anyway. That's where you get about it. Who owns AI? But why are you saying
Us.
they?
It belongs to say that my data doesn't belong to me. They used every publicly available because they ran out of data. So that means they've used my data, your data, and every person's data.
I'm not talking about that
available.
data. I'm not talking about data they're trying to use to. I'm not talking about that data. I'm talking about data they don't know what else they have pulled or what else they have done. When the video trained their big model on, as compared to what Claude trained their model on, but NVIDIA trained only on viral videos. It's that, like, every book, come from somebody else.
Yes, it is
But it
our
didn't come from
information.
us. But it didn't come
belongs
from us.
to us.
Well,
it belongs to us. It is a public resource.
Well, I know what you're supposed to, but that's not the way they look at it.
No, they
I mean, if it was that easy, then
otherwise.
if it was that easy, they wouldn't do it, and there wouldn't be literally class action lawsuits in courts right now trying to determine if companies have stolen people's data.
Yes, because really it comes down to, like, if they're going to take your data, use it, and then charge you to use, it's like, dude, let me use your house and charge you works. They come, they steal our water, they put it in a plastic box.
Yeah,
It belongs to us.
Bardo even is going wonky on YouTube because it keeps spinning here and keeps acting up. It says the stream is good. I mean,
YouTube's been kind of a little laggy lately. I've had videos freeze. I've had to restart my phone a few times. When they had the algorithm break. When the algorithm breaks, I have a breakout.
bit rate.
Manually, you got to know, like, your bit rate is like gigabit, so like
No,
5.5.
Here.
Are you?
I mean, there's.
If it says low latency, that means that you've got it on high. You got to allow some latency, otherwise it's gonna freeze because it expects to have 100% of it as it hops to where it's got to go.
Yeah, but no, they're implying there's a setting on my end that I can change.
Yeah. It's like high latency, low latency, and standard. And low latency requires that it's a direct connection, and you've got to have, good bandwidth the whole way. You can't have any bottlenecks.
I won't put my process up in case it's me, but I don't think it's me. Alright. I mean, that's the only thing I can do there. I mean, that just changed from.
So they've taken Fable 5 out.
Yeah. Well, they stopped it. You can't have access to it. I got a warning. I got a warning about it today.
A warning about what? That you can't use it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been on the desktop version. Yeah.
It says Claude Fable is currently unavailable. It asks me to learn more, and I go to it, and it says, okay, here we go. This is new. I didn't see this today. Oh, we're all in for a treat, I think. I'm going to be shocked when I read this to Fable 5 and Mythos 5. This is the announcement from Anthropic. I don't know how new it is, but it's here. I've not seen it. Apparently no one else has either. That's paying attention. Has issued an export control directive to suspend all access to Fable 5 and Mythos 5 by any foreign national. If you have a if you're not America and your shade is a little different, you don't have.
Like, if we want you to take
hell.
something down, we could just ban it for. This might actually be a good candidate for the
If
the
if you a
digital ID.
Chinese if you are a Chinese American, you will never be able. I'm serious.
Yeah, but how do you determine who's who? See, this is where the digital verification comes in. And I might be able to use it, but we would have to go get our fucking world coin or digital ID to do it. And we can get crypto to go along with it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Have you looked into WorldCoin?
I have. I saw the system there. Anyway, now here's what they said.
Spinoff.
Now here's what they said. Access to all other models will not be affected. We received the directive from the government today that tells of its national security concern. Our understanding is that the government believes it has. We reviewed a demonstration of this specific technique being used to identify a small number of previously known minor vulnerabilities. Others publicly available models are able to discover them as well without requiring a bypass. Here's my question real quick. Now you use Claude.
Yeah.
Okay. I use Claude. I use Claude to, I use it like a gopher. Like if I needed to go find me a website, I send it after. If I can't remember kind of what I use Google for.
Really, but it doesn't really provide you with links or anything.
Online and pulls down web pages and goes and looks and does research and all kinds of.
Well, yeah, but it won't put websites.
Go into Claude, go into settings, and put in it's on one of the drop down columns. It says show Claude's model instruction, and there will be another window on top of what it's doing, and it will show you where it's getting and gathering the details and the information and how it's doing and how it's processing them. But here's my question: it's already pretty good. I mean, real good.
No, I in Sonnet and the rest of it.
Hey, dude.
Yeah.
All right, it's coming back, I think. Yep, we're back again. Like my whole thing went down. Like I think shit's going sideways. Audio sync is off. I don't know what's going on.
Might be the software you're using.
At first it was YouTube. YouTube was spinning around doing crazy shit. And then now it's Prism just rebooted. Like it did like a reboot. We're in the middle of stream, so it's got like these secure things where it runs in the background. So if it's got to do like a reboot or something, it transfers me over to another copy. It's really secure. It protects your stream. Tries to. Because if you're off too long, then you will the stream will automatically end on YouTube. So the machine's got to like reboot and catch. It real fast. But I mean, it can end pretty quick. But anyway, now I started to do that here. I don't know, and it's never done that. Just weird. I mean, really weird. I mean, my computer's fine. Everything's running fine. I mean, yeah, it's not here.
It's me, but something seems like because I know what to expect based upon what it or there is somebody in there that is taking up most of the bandwidth. They're almost like a denial of service, but only for a portion of it, just because of too many requests.
No, I
I
mean,
don't know.
like, it's
I
not
think
usually this bad.
like it's no different than any other concerns that we've had. Because I heard that that they had to take Fable because I watch AI Revolution and he was talking about with Fable 5 is it was hallucinating and looping back and it was like all the like industry specific words. So depending upon like if you're in the medical industry, it removes certain guardrails. Hold on. Apparently, uh, the way everything has gone is I don't know. It started putting a lot more guardrails on people, and so they had to take it off for that. And then all of a sudden, we start hearing about the security concerns. I wonder if I was wondering.
It says an hour ago, um, the guy said the website just isn't loading properly, forever stuck in a blue circle. Videos that were
Yeah,
preloaded from other tabs, when I click on the video, open a new YouTube tab and it just doesn't work. Another guy said, got 404 error for when creating playlists.
yeah. I started having problems with my app. I think it was last night or today. No, it was yesterday. Like it wouldn't load my data. I had to keep doing retry. I even had to go and do a network reset, reboot my phone, all that other shit. No, it's just like YouTube's data. This has been going on since yesterday. If it's still happening, it's just intermittent to people. Like it was really giving me issues in my studio yesterday. It wasn't loading any of my analytic data. And I thought my channel got deleted. It scared the shit out of me.
Well, that's what I think every time it happens. I'm like, oh god, they're
Have
they're
you ever
going
had
for.
one deleted?
Oh yeah, I've had one deleted when I was on air.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, but
Fucking.
it wasn't my like, it wasn't my fault. It was they had a issue that was going on. That's one thing, you don't fuck around with your main channel. Like, well, not that much if you want to keep it. I mean,
Well, my main channel wasn't doing anything. It was my game, and because my gaming channel, my cooking channel, and my business channel were all attached to the same profile,
mhm.
it took them all down with it. Yes, it
Your
took them all
ability to
down because they were.
monetize.
No, it took them all down because my gaming channel was like I basically been monetized in like a week or two, and then all of a sudden, bam! It just it kicked me off. I was so pissed.
Mm.
Yeah, and they said because I was creating hysteria because I was talking about the C family.
Well, it seems kind of fixed. I don't know. Um, but go on there. It says Entropic's posture with respect to Fable safeguard, as laid out in their launch blog. It followed the header. Fable is misused for tasks related to cybersecurity. So apparently they're worried about it being used in the weeks leading up to launch of Fable. Entropic worked with the U.S. government, the UK, to red team Fable safeguards for thousands and others. These tests show that Fable safeguards are substantially more effective than previously deployed models. No tester has been the model safeguards unblocking. We talking? I mean, I guess we're talking about like having the capability to sit there and design some crazy computer virus. I mean, you just type it in and it makes it for you.
Yeah, I sent you something on Fable 5. Basically, it does all it does all the thinking and monitoring and everything for you. So it keeps running its feedback through. More intuitive is really what it is. For free, you know how many entries.
Here's something that surprised me a little bit. Okay, when I was downloading the like I said, it runs on different stuff, and one of the things I run in here is Llama, or Ulam or Llama or whatever. And it allows me to download all of the models that I want to download with different ones people's made. The whole community out there does it. And they have models that are what they call uncensored, that don't have any restrictions or safeguards on them, or versions of the popular models that have no safeguards. And you can run it solely on your computer. Nobody can see what you're doing, supposedly. So what bothers me is most of this stuff is already out there.
Dropping this is a way to lash back at him. Unless Fable 5 was a flop like what I was hearing from AI Revolution, then that would mean that they just use the government as, it's kind of like when your parents say, well, when your friends ask you if you want to do drugs, just blame it on me.
It means I want to know the risk. I want them to tell me the risks. I want them to tell me, okay, this is because they think some computer hacker or whatever is going to build a virus, or they think that this thing has the knowledge to go answer question ABC, or it's a criminal mastermind. I don't know, but I'm curious to why they think they need to do it. I don't care that they've done it. I care that they have the ability to say, oh no, it's too broad. Just can't talk about it. So I want to know if this is a way they're covering up an intelligent AI.
Well, they're pretty much saying we're already at AGI.
You have a computer system that is thinking,
I
need to go pee. And
I'm gonna tap out because I'm crying.
I think
My eyes
I'm
are
gonna
watering.
call it. I think I'll call it then, because I was getting we're 2 hours and 14-minute mark, and I think this thing's still going batshit. I got to be in. All right, guys, we're gonna call it a night. Hopefully, it'll be better tomorrow.
All right, talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for fumbling around with the equipment here to see if it's us and do some double checking, but hopefully things are better tomorrow.